Good day, good day. I'm Jay, and this is Homeschool Yo Kids Podcast, and welcome back. Today I have a guest, and that would be a normality now. But I have a lot of homeschool resource providers and homeschool families that I would love to introduce to you. So today we're going to start with Shanese. Welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Good, good. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Okay, so I am a Florida State certified teacher. I've been teaching in Florida for 18 years. Now I stepped out into entrepreneurship. I provide educational services such as homeschool, private homeschooling, the pods, art, and private tutoring.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Okay. So you are still in the classroom or you're not in the classroom anymore?
No, I'm not in the classroom. I just keep my certification valid because also I do evaluations and
Oh,
um,
okay.
yeah, when you want to do different things like evaluating or be approved to be a state provider, you need to have a valid teaching certificate.
Okay. Yes, because Florida is a state that requires you to get evaluations, what, at the end of the year, as far as homeschool goes?
It it's the annual,
Okay.
the anniversary of when the child started homeschool.
Okay.
So whenever they submitted the letter of intent and it was approved, the parent has 1 year from that date to have an annual evaluation.
Okay. And then it's every year that
Mm-hmm.
follows.
Yeah.
Okay. Are those evaluations hard? Like, are they, what all are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for progress. They want the child to at least have made 35% of progress from the beginning of the school year. So you can do that with a test. You can give them like your own state test as long as it's aligned with the standards of the state, or you just ask the parent to look at all the work that they did all school year with the child, and if it meets the requirements, you just sign off on a form that said that the child has made adequate progress, and they submit it to the district, and then they're on to the next level.
Okay, so they do like a test or a portfolio type of deal.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, nice. Do you have a lot of families that you service with that?
No, so far, because this is my first year being a
Okay,
homeschool provider, I only did 2 evaluations and I
nice.
actually like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool. Well, tell me a little bit more about Draw With Me.
So, Draw With Me, we are a state registered educational provider. So, we accept children who receive the Step Up for Kids scholarship. That is money funded to families who choose to homeschool their children.
Okay.
So we do that. And also, like, if you just need help or assistance, you don't know where to start as far as teaching and homeschooling your kids, you can opt to hire a teacher like myself. And Draw With Me Shop, we give the parent the freedom of choosing their own curriculum, or they will let me do it. The curriculum that Draw With Me Shop uses is the Common Core, and I choose that because just in case if the parent decide I want to put my child back into school, that child will be right on track because I'm using the same thing that all 50 states are using. So
Okay, as far as curriculum goes.
yes, but also besides the curriculum, we go on trips. We extend the learning to real world events. Like it's just the time you don't have in a classroom to teach your class everything about a topic in homeschool. You can do that. It's no rush,
Yes.
no time frame.
And that's what I was going to ask about time. Is there a certain time that you do this as far as hours go, or how does that work?
Well, it's all on what the parent wants. I'm not
Okay.
rigid. The company's not rigid like school. So if the parent wants me for 3 hours, I'll have their child for 3 hours. If they want me for 2 hours twice a week, it's up to the parent on the schedule. But this school year, upcoming in September, I'm going to be a little bit more structured. So what I'm doing is 2 days out the week will be for pods, and then the other 2 days will be for people who want private instruction.
Okay. And these are all in-person instructions.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
cool. Do you offer virtual settings? Do you offer
I
virtual?
I do, but so far since people are home and they're homeschooled, they want in person. They want to be outdoors. They want to be having fun. So
Yes.
we do not against it, but everybody wants to be out and about because they're
Yeah.
already in the house.
Indeed, indeed. What are some trips that y'all take?
We went to the Frost Science Museum. We have been to Parrot Jungle, um, the Sea Aquarium, and the beach.
Okay,
Oh,
nice.
and the botanical gardens. And so I try to incorporate most of the science lessons through the field trips because it's one thing to read it, but it's when you see it and
Hmm.
understand it and then read it together, it helps the child learn more.
Of course, of course. What's your pod sizes looking like?
I do not allow more than 10 kids, but for my first year, it's been about seven. And
Seven?
then,
Okay.
yeah, but the parents come and then they bring other children. So for me, I'm responsible for the seven that are registered under me. Everybody else, okay, as long as you keeping your eyes on them. So,
Indeed,
but
indeed. So the parents stay present during the time?
yes, every time I have a field trip, it's like a big event. Everybody, you can look at it on our website. I've
Okay.
documented all our field trips and posted it on the Draw With Me Shop blog to like so people could see the different things that we've been doing. And besides that, I did my own personal events. Like for Women's Month, we had Girl Day, so I combined all my girl homeschool students with the tutoring students, and we had like a math and reading competition relay race in the park. Then for the Easter egg hunt for Easter week, I had everybody in it, like bring your friends, and we did like the Easter egg hunt, games and stuff in the park too. So I try to do things for them
Nice.
because there is a reciprocation. They, even though I'm giving an education, they don't have to choose me or myself or my company. So I try to give
Yeah.
back to the parents too.
Awesome, awesome. And do you have little ones of your own?
I have one son. He's 14. He's not little.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He's not little.
No.
High far. Okay.
Yeah.
And is he in school?
Yes, he goes to school. He wants to
Okay.
go to school.
Gotcha. How is
We
that
did.
for him?
He likes it. We did homeschool. It's not for him.
Okay. Okay. How long did y'all try that out?
Like 2 months. It was like homeschool online. Then
Okay.
we combined him with his friend. They wasn't doing anything. Like, no, he needed to
No.
go. He needs to go to school.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Nice. So, as far as homeschooling families, what are some other services that you offer besides the pods and the tutoring?
The evaluations and
Yes, and the
the
evaluation.
and then
Mhm.
the art classes.
The art classes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So
So
if
what does that look like?
that looks like a student inviting their friends, or they don't have to be a student. It could be anybody who look up the service. We do art parties if you want to have a birthday party and want to hire us for entertainment. Um, you know how they have paint and sip. We have the
Yeah.
draw and sip, so they sip their little apple juice while we draw pictures together, and it's just something so they can relax and don't have to focus on school. But at the same time, it's a good time. Do you know your primary and secondary colors? If you mix these colors, everything is an educational moment.
Of
So they're
course.
learning and being artistic and having fun at the same time.
Yes, yes. Did you using your time that you spent in the classroom, actual in
Hmm.
the school building, how did that help shape your business?
the what I learned, the foundation as far as the curriculum and how kids learn, I use that from the classroom and transfer it to the homeschooling because what I noticed with homeschool children, the parents are like very free. It's like liberal. They're all over the place, so they need structure. Like
Okay.
school might be too balanced, but you have to have structure and have the child disciplined, like to sit down and focus to do things, and then we can have fun, but they still need the like basic foundation and learning from the book, but homeschool lets you can make the connection of how the book connects to real life.
Yes. Okay. What grade did you teach?
I taught second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Oh, okay, so you were one of those little heaven sent elementary school teachers.
Yes, so like my principal used to say, "Oh, if I could put you in every grade,
Oh, yeah, I mean they
I
did.
would put
Look,
you
they did.
in every grade." Like she was like, "Every grade you do well." So fifth grade, I was in fifth grade because fifth grade was worth the most points. So they tried to put me up there to get the points for the school. Then they put me in third grade so they wouldn't have a high retention rate. But it's like I'm not an octopus. like you need a
Yeah.
clone. I can't do it. So I always went third, fourth, fifth up the upper grades. Oh, I did second
Gotcha.
too.
Oh, you did second also?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, yes. Elementary school teacher. Y'all a different breed. Y'all are definitely a different breed.
Yeah.
Yes. So how do you see education going? Where do you see as far as the future of education?
Public school education?
Yes.
I think it's going to dismantle.
Okay.
Like it's too many outer forces, indoctrinations, personal beliefs being forced upon people's children. Like I don't think it's gonna last. Like, or something's gonna happen where it just is a major shift because teachers are leaving, children are leaving. Nobody's happy. There's a lot of weird people applying to be teachers. So I don't. I feel like it's about to crumble.
That's
Mm-hmm.
big. I know you're in Florida too. Florida stay in the news about something with schools.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. Not saying that other states don't have their things going on, but Florida stay in the news, and I don't even watch the news, so that says a lot.
Because there's a lot of things like they want to take out Black history, then you want to add in transgender, but then you can't say gay, then this and that. Like, what are we doing? what is going on?
Yes.
Like it's a lot. Like, why aren't we just talking about reading, writing, science, and math? What is all this other stuff? Like, why do you want to take away a specific group of people's history?
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, and then the mass shootings.
Oh yeah, it's a lot going on definitely in the public school setting. Homeschool Your Kids advocates for parents to be involved no matter the school setting, even if their children are at home. We definitely promote them being their children's first and most qualified teacher. So we are really big on that. And I see Florida, I feel like it's a state that the parents seem to be really heavily involved in what their kids are learning. Like they're aware at the very least.
I feel like they're involved, but in the wrong things.
Really?
Like what they should be paying attention to, they're not. Like they need to pay attention to their teachers and the administration over their kids because there's people just doing things that you have no idea what they're doing. Burning candles in the classroom. It's like putting oils and coins, like ritual stuff.
Really?
Yes, like they need to pay attention. It's deep. And like again, I'm in Miami. It's a big Santeria and voodoo population. You have to pay attention to what is going on in the school building. Like there's a lot of perversion. Or you thinking people there teaching, they're around here having love affairs. Like,
oh wow.
No, it's a lot.
Indeed. I mean, school, and it's a lot of people and a lot of energy all in one building. So it's bound to be a bunch. And I feel like a lot of teachers nowadays are really heavy on staying on their beliefs, like standing on their beliefs and making sure that their students are aware of what they believe. Like, I was always a neutral teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always flipped it. Well, what do you think about that? I was one of those teachers. I didn't really voice my opinion on things all that much because I would have got fired. So
Yeah, if you stick to your lesson plan, I don't understand how you would get to that topic or not know how to really, because okay, I had a class where the population was that they would say, "Oh, my parents said they were voting for Donald Trump." I'm not going to sit there and go, "Well, I don't vote for Donald Trump because that." The lesson plan for voting, you have the right to vote. Register to vote. You must be 18. That's all you got to stick to. Just stick to the plan. Like, don't get
yeah.
your feelings
Involved,
involved.
yes. Yeah. It's a really Philly time. I don't know. I guess
Mhm.
the news keeps things ramped up in regards to race in particular. But it's definitely a time where people are really, I feel like, heavy on their stance on their beliefs. And so it's like, oh, well, you need to know I feel this way. You need to know that I believe this or I think this. And
Yeah.
they're heavy behind that, and it's causing a lot of to go down in the school building that doesn't really need to go down.
And you can feel however you want to feel, and I can feel how
Indeed.
I feel, and okay, that's how we feel. Next, but you're not gonna force me to feel what you feel. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
Next,
Yeah.
and then it's like if you don't agree, oh, you're discriminating against us. Oh,
Mm,
this.
yeah.
No, I just don't agree with you. Next, like, just gotta move. Right, next.
Yeah, I think people definitely need to allow people to just be and to, to find their way in general. It's heavy when it's kids because kids are so impressionable. They're very, very easily influenced. And so knowing, what's going on and us sending our kids into a building where we don't really know what all they're being structured to believe or to feel or to think about, it's a lot.
Yeah, and then it's like when you see in the school system certain groups have more preference over another. Like for instance, if they have a Muslim student or Muslim staff, they would dedicate a whole room for Muslims to pray 5 times a day. But then I can't practice my Christianity.
Mm. Oh,
Like,
that's deep.
yeah, like, oh, you can't say God, but they could say Allah. Like, no, and nobody's questioning this. Why somebody else can say Allah and have a room dedicated to them, but it's nothing dedicated for Christianity. Well, in my religion or whatever else other people religion. So it's like specific groups are accommodated, and if you don't, oh, it's inclusiveness. You want
Mm.
us to make all these accommodations for homosexual children. When were we ever accommodating heterosexual? That wasn't even a conversation. So why do we have to? Oh, she said he's a boy in pronouns. Listen, it's no straight heterosexual flag. It's no heterosexual parade. I don't got time for all of this. Y'all making this stuff up like as you go. Like every day is a new rule. He's a he, we, it. What?
It's a lot
Like,
going on
and
with that.
now imagine they trying to tell you to here to that, and then you trying to teach English language arts pronouns, and then a person in the class talking about they are we, and we is plural, but you're a singular person. So all
Oh no, that definitely makes the lesson hard. That makes it a bit
yes,
more difficult.
because I identify as we. So whatever I feel like all of that needs to just that's outside. I'm going to identify by what's on my attendance roster.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. I just my concern is always just how those 7 hours are being spent. Like it's a long time to be up in there. And I
Hmm.
stay on World Star and I be seeing little clips of stuff and whatnot. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? Why
Yeah,
why are we here?
I
How
don't
did we
know.
get
And
here?
yeah, and I have seen since I left, there's been a lot of fights between teachers and students.
Yes.
What is going on? I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't even imagine if one of my students would think that they could hit me.
Yeah. And
Like,
it's I always wonder how we got there. Like
yeah,
how does a student get to that point? How does a teacher get to that point? Because it ain't a student fight themselves. Sometimes the teacher
yeah.
lashes out first. So it's just we talked about conflict resolution last season, and I really feel like that's something that still needs to be driven home in a lot of instances as far as like, are we adults that know how to deal with things that go against, what we may want or like or, feel? Like, how are those skills being taught?
I don't know, but I do know this. What do you want a grown person or just anybody to do when somebody hit them? And for me, the public school system want the teacher just to get beat up.
Mm, yeah,
That's not in my contract.
there's a
That's
lot
not
not
in
in
the
the contract.
that's not in the contract.
There's a lot not there, but I mean, that's why I'm saying the conflict resolution to even before you get there, like the exchange shouldn't even get to the point of the physical, like understanding that words and being the calm to the chaos, like all that matters, like, bringing things back down as opposed to
It's a lack
escalating.
it's a lack of respect, and when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, most of the fights where I've seen online all started because the students had a cell phone out and it wasn't supposed to
Mm,
be out. So parents start you gotta start enforcing something because the rule is if the cell phone is out, the teacher has to confiscate it. When you when your child when you take things from them in the home, do they beat you up? So why do this your child think that if the teacher takes something from them for breaking a rule, that they could put their hands on them?
I used to collect cell phones. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
hold
but
you. I
I
used to
did
collect,
too.
like I used to collect them though. Like I have a whole pile on my desk. Because they
Yeah,
knew
and
like, yo,
parent
you
come
gotta do
pick it
your
up.
word. Like we gotta be able to focus. But it was a respect that my students had with me as a whole, like and understanding, oh, now Miss Carter gonna take your phone, but she's gonna also give it back. Like I gave it back at the end of
Exactly,
class.
because it's not like we're gonna keep it. You know
Yeah,
you're gonna get it back. So what is happening? What
yeah.
is happening in the classroom? Where
Relationship is not being
mm,
built because like I said, my students had that respect for me and understanding like I didn't have any kind of malice intent towards them. I've never, I didn't have I loved my babies. I loved them all. And I was in the high school when last ended. I was teaching 12th grade English. So these are young adults. These are,
mm-hmm.
big people. Like they're not the babies. They're big, and that's a lot for a teacher to go about, especially when they telling you, "Oh, I pay my phone bill," and da, 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 telling you all this stuff. But it was a mutual respect between us that, like, yo, I'm not doing this because I have an issue with you. I'm doing this because I want to see you go as far as you need to go. Like you got stuff you got to do, and I want to help you do it. I understand that these phones are a distraction, and they're a heavy distraction. I can imagine what the classroom is like right about now, but I didn't single out either. And I feel like a lot of times teachers do single out. It's like, oh, I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah,
Like, nah, I
it
told you, I
teachers
took,
can
I took
bully.
several. Like I would start like, hey, like, and by the end of the class session, I have a good 8, 9 phones on my desk. It wasn't no like I don't have no preference. I ain't got no not singling out anybody. But did y'all have to deal with that elementary level? Like, our
No,
phones a big? Oh, okay, that's what I was wondering.
No, like you just tell them to turn it off and put in their book bag for the most
And
part.
they listen. Them
The little
babies.
listen.
Yeah. Oh, they do. So precious. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no.
exactly. But still, I'm happier at homeschool. Like
Yes.
homeschool is it.
Yes, yes,
Homeschool
yes.
is it.
So you're servicing 7 different families, or they have like, or is it families that have multiple kids?
No, I have different families. From when I started at the beginning of the year, by the end of the year, I had 12.
Okay.
Um, so, and I was busy. Um, by spring, I was teaching until 7 o'clock at night. The families that I teach, all of them had like, it's just two siblings. And yeah, it has been good. And I did
That's nice.
Monday through Thursday. Um, four of the students, they were all siblings, not together. The two girls were sisters, the two boys were brothers. I would do them in pods. We'll meet together. The ones who wanted private one-on-one, I go to their house, but everyone attends the field trip.
Nice. Yeah, I know parents need that support, and that's why I'm glad that you made it on today. It's because parents have to understand that they don't have to do it alone.
Mm-mm.
They can get help. Because homeschooling is an intimidating thing, like to think about, like especially if you're starting early on, kindergarten, your child's 3, 4 years old, and you're just thinking like, Dad, for the next 13, 14 years, I'm it. Like I'm it. They got to
Yeah.
depend on me for everything.
And if you
And
don't
it's
have a teaching background, I know you can just feel lost.
overwhelmed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I tell parents they have choices, and you are a choice. You are showing that, yeah, no, I'm here to help. Like, hit me up, hit me up.
Uh,
Let's do this.
Let me do it for you. It's easier
Yes,
that way. Then you can
yes.
work and focus on what you have to, and it's all done.
How long do you think you need? Like, because I know you said y'all meet either 2 or 3 times a week. How long does that need to look? Like, is there a certain amount of time that you feel kids definitely need, like, I guess, structured learning or
I feel like, as far as the sessions of a me to me, I
Mhm.
think that between 2 and 3 hours, days a week, through 2 to 3 hours each section
Okay,
session. Before I was doing 4 hours, I think that's a little bit too long.
too long.
Because
Gotcha.
when it's 1 to 2 kids, it's so much that you can teach them within an hour. Like, it's like basically in those 2 to 3 days a week, you could do the whole week of a school week in
Mm-hmm.
that little small session, and they'll get so much more information and connected to this, and add the art to it and science, and like it doesn't take much.
Do the parents bring any stuff to you, like, hey, I want you to go over this, or can you touch on this curriculum, or do they offer up that, or is it all from you?
They will show me what they were using,
Okay,
and most of the time, um, for me, it's not good. Like, it's like workbooks from Family Dollar or Costco. So I'm
gotcha.
like,
Costco do
oh,
have a lot of they have a lot of school, like, material. I've
yeah.
seen they sections, their little section. They got a lot of stuff
For
over there.
yeah, for me, that looks like busy work. Like, can't
Mm,
trace your letters. Yeah, which they do need. They do need that. But the deep learning, the reading, the comprehension, the language arts, the math, like, they need more. Like,
mm.
they need to learn the reading skill, like how to think, come to their own conclusion, figure out what vocabulary words mean. And that's why I'm here. Like,
Nice. Yes, that's
you
really
don't have to
important.
know how to do it. I know how to do it for you.
Okay, yes. Say draw with me. Draw with me. I love that. I love the concept. I love y'all logos. Really cute. The
Thank
pencil.
you. I
Little
designed that myself too. Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
Okay. How long have y'all been in business? Y'all
Well,
still pretty new.
was created in 2020, but from
Okay.
2020, it was just all art, all,
Okay.
all art. Then we shift 2022 into the educational service. I added on to that. What we do, the education, the homeschooling, the evaluations, and the merch. Plus, we have the YouTube channel. So,
Yeah.
like, I always tell parents, like, if they want to know my personality, go to the YouTube channel. Let your child sit there. Like, if they can sit in front of my channel and be highly engaged, then we might be a fit for each other. And
Right.
that usually helps so that they can see who I am, what I do. And it's entertainment for the kids because the YouTube channel, I just showed them how to draw.
Okay. Nice. So you are an artist.
Yes.
Nice. Do you do other work? Do you do, personal paintings or drawings or anything of that
No,
nature?
I did just, but as a goal for myself, I completed a drawing and put it on, I forgot what, the big panels that the artists use. So I forgot
Mhm.
what they call that, but I put it on there and I used that. I had a art contest and I used that as the gift just because I just wanted to just like, let me see, fulfill this. And my students into the contest, I picked the best artists and I gave it to them. But painting for sale, no, that's not me. Drawing for
Okay.
sale, no.
No. Oh,
It,
okay. You just it's something you enjoy though.
yeah. Normally when
Nice.
I'm bored. That
Oh,
which is
that's
weird. Like I do it, I can do it well, but I when I really draw, I'm bored.
nice. You should think about being a children's book illustrator, like or illustrating your own
I
children's
have
book.
a book that the pictures for the book is under my mattress, waiting for me to complete it because I haven't been bored enough to finish.
Oh
So
my
I was bored for
gosh.
up to half of the book, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. And I keep telling myself, no, you're gonna finish
Get it
that
from under the
book.
mattress. Get it
Yeah.
from under the mattress. You
Oh,
got
I
it like
took
it's
it.
money. Yes, because it is money. Get that book from underneath that mattress. Oh,
So I have to. I say I'm gonna finish that because I've been trying to do that since my son was like 4.
oh my gosh. Girl, hush. That's
Since he
10
was
years ago.
yes,
Get
and
that book
only.
from under that mattress.
But I did work on. Let me tell you, the pictures that I drew initially, I drew them over, and then I at that same point I said I'm tired. I drew them over, changed the materials that I was using. I made the pictures better, and then at the same point, I was like, okay, I don't feel like doing this no more, and it went back under the mattress.
Oh my gosh. Get the book from under the mattress. Have your son help you to finish. Y'all can make it a group activity, something y'all can do together. And get that book out there because it was put in you for a reason and we need it.
It was. It was.
Yes, we need it. So go ahead and finish that, please, and thank you. Look, glad we brought it up. So get the
Okay.
book. Get the book on it from my Oh, that is so amazing. Is there anything that you would like to share with homeschooling families? Like some tips, some tricks, some anything, like just thoughts, process?
For the parents, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's resources out there, even funding. Some people think they can't afford to have help. Like check your governor, your state. They are giving out funds for you to hire a certified licensed teacher, and I assure you that that teacher will prefer going to you and helping you in the classroom. So they don't have to feel like, oh, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just be patient with yourself and remember every day at homeschool is learning. So don't feel like, oh my God, I did bad. We didn't do this. Well, you can do it tomorrow. You
Yeah.
can do it at 7 o'clock at night. Like
Yeah.
nobody says homeschool have to be from 8 to 3. Like de-school yourself.
That's a big one. Deschooling, yes. Take time to
Mm-hmm.
disconnect from that original thought process of how learning has to look.
Yeah.
Deschooling is very, very important. Because I feel like that's where a lot of parents get stuck at anyways in general, just because they think, oh, well, if I homeschool my kids, so I can't teach them for 7 hours. And I was like, I will hope you wouldn't.
Okay.
Because they're not learning for 7 hours in the school building. Just
And they're not
understand that.
even with the teacher, and that's something a parent can know, should know. When your child is in school, they're not with us all those hours. They're with other people. Like they have to go to lunch, breakfast, art, recess, special area. The principal call assemblies. The nurse have to measure them, take their weight. Like it's a
It's a lot
special
that
guest
happens in
come.
that time.
Yeah, like special guests come to the classroom. They gotta go to the library. Like they're not with the teacher those whole 7 hours, and especially with me because I was a teacher that had a extremely long recess. So,
That's necessary.
okay, because after I eat, I'm
Yes.
not rushing back to that classroom. Like we
Yes.
need to relax.
Indeed. Especially after eating. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love it. I love your energy. I love your attitude towards it all. And
Thank
I
you.
know those families are very fortunate to have you on their team, and that is beautiful. Because like I said, we just always want to remind families that you do not have to do this alone. You do not.
No.
And the
Mm-mm. Go
micro
look.
schools and pods and everything else are popping up everywhere, everywhere.
Yes. And even if like you're a parent that you don't feel like getting up and going someplace, that's why I added service that I'll come to you.
Yeah,
Like because I don't know, but some people are just not punctual, lazy, maybe you depressed, you can't get yourself out of bed. I'll come to you. Like
yeah.
we will make this work for you.
Indeed, indeed. That's beautiful. And I'm happy for you. And I thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
continuing your love for kids and education and learning outside of the classroom. And believing in yourself, stepping out into that entrepreneur world is the big, big deal. So kudos to you.
Thank
Keep being
you.
amazing. We appreciate you. And Shanice was an exhibitor at the Miami Expo that we had. So very, very thankful for you. You're amazing, and I appreciate you so much.
Okay, thank you for having me
Of
and
course.
best
And I
wishes to
so
all your events.
thank you. We need your social medias and website. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Draw With Me dot shop and the Instagram Draw With Me shop.
Okay, draw with me shop. Awesome. Yes. And you can find me at Homeschool Yo Kids and visit our website, homeschoolyourkidsexpo.com. You'll find Shanice up there also. You can click on the link to her website. But yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.